The Bengals defense hasn't met expectations this season, so can they rise to the occasion on Monday Night Football against the Jaguars? My thoughts on the defense moving forward. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien.
Now this is Ted Karras interrupting Cincinnati Bengals talk. First, I want to say thank you to the show. Thank you to James and Andrew for partnering with us, the Cincy Hat Project. It's been a huge catalyst for the amount of money we've been able to raise for adults with developmental disabilities. I want to announce this week that I am matching $120,000 of donations and sales to the Cincy Hat Project. You can find everything you need at thecincyhat.com. I hope you have a great holiday season, and hoo-day.
Whoa. Rudely interrupted by I'm just kidding. Ted Karras is the man. He's actually going to join us on Thursday to discuss Monday Night Football and everything that he's doing with the Cincy Hat. If you want to bankrupt Ted, that's my goal. My goal is to get Ted 120 grand out of his pocket and into the Cincy Hat Project. You can do so right now by going to thecincyhat.com. Obviously, you see, well, maybe you don't. Camo, dad joke. But rocking the Cincy hat. I will have a beanie on through most of the winter, but not this weekend in Jacksonville because it's Bengals, it is Jaguars, and whether it's Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram, the tight end, Christian Kirk, they have weapons. And it starts with Trevor Lawrence and his ability to make plays downfield, but the skill talent around him is certainly there in Jacksonville. And so what can this defense do? I think first things first, this defense has to do the small things, the little things that I don't want to say I've taken for granted, but I just kind of expect them to do. Like tackle. I expect them to tackle. Last week they had Najee Harris. They should have tackled him. They did not tackle him, and he turned it into an explosive play. Travis Etienne is a home run hitter. If you give him a crease, he could take it to the house. He's an explosive runner. Evan Ingram, more athletic than Pat Freiermuth. This is a tough matchup for this Bengals defense because you have an elite quarterback. It isn't Kenny Pickett. You have solid skill players around Trevor Lawrence as well. And even the one area where I think, this defense, Trey Hendrickson, 10 and a half sacks, they're out. They're not going to have their starting tackle. Cam Robinson is on injured reserve. So without their starting left tackle, it's like, okay, well, Hendrickson can hold down the fort. Well, it sounds like Walker Little is just going to slide over. And you remember him from a few years ago. He's coming into his own at tackle, it sounds like. They're pretty confident in him in Jacksonville. And they traded for Ezra Cleveland. Little will move from guard to tackle in this instance, and Cleveland will just move into the starting lineup. So we'll see. That could be an edge for the Bengals. But as far as this defense, little things, you got to do them better than you have. Tackling, and then the downfield stuff. You can't give up huge explosive plays. Hopefully Cam Taylor-Britt will come back this week. I'm pretty optimistic about him and Logan Wilson being able to suit up. More so Cam than Logan, just because the ankle sprain, you don't know. It's more recent. So there's more unknown there around that. But this defense, the front seven is intact. It's not like they lost a bunch of guys. They lost Jesse Bates and Von Bell. Okay? Dax Hill's been solid. I think he's been good, actually. Better than solid. He's been good. But they may need him to quickly develop into more than that. Because right now, I look around and I think DJ Turner's playing pretty well, I think Cam Taylor-Britt's playing pretty well. Secondary, you feel all right about it. And then you look up and they're giving up explosive plays. Jordan Battle, people are excited about him, and I think he is a good young player. Like, this defense has to take a step forward. If the Bengals, and I know no one expects this, but if the Bengals are going to surprise some people and stay in the playoff hunt without Joe Burrow, it's got to start with the defense. And this defense hasn't been at that level for most of this season. The majority of this season, they have not played at the level that we expected them to. I thought they might be leaky on the back end coming into the year a bit, but I didn't expect this. This has been rough. And so it's up to Lou Anarumo to dial the right things, dial up the right coverages, the right schemes, the right blitzes. And it's up to these guys to do the little things. I keep coming back to that because tackling, it's not something we should be discussing going into a Week 13 Monday Night Football matchup. And yet here we are. Explosive plays. Big plays happen sometimes. Trevor Lawrence is going to make his plays. At the same time, you do not want this to become a high-scoring affair. If you're the Bengals defense, You got to get off the field on third down. They struggled to do that against Pittsburgh. You have to find a way to limit points, which they did do against Pittsburgh. And then the other thing that they've done a really good job of that they have to continue to do. Let's say you limit explosives and you limit the missed tackles. Well, you also have to force some turnovers and win the turnover battle on Monday night. And so this defense, it's a tall task. It's a lot to ask. It's probably unfair, but it's the position they're in. And whether it's Trey Hendrickson getting pressure or Sam Hubbard hopefully feeling even better, another game removed and 8 more days out after dealing with that ankle injury, because I don't think he was 100% against the Steelers. That's safe to say. DJ Reader, BJ Hill, these guys, they have to dominate. And we have to be talking about this front seven. Obviously, Pratt and Wilson is a part of that as well. It's a tough ask. We did a video on the offense. If you're looking for coverage of the offense, I posted a video on Monday about that. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you go to thecincyhat.com as well and support a great cause. And stay tuned for our exclusive one-on-one interview with Ted Karras that will debut right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk and be released on Thursday as well. So for Andrew Fox-Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien. The defense, all eyes on you. It's a big, big week for this Bengals defense. We'll see if they can step up. We will have you covered every step of the way right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.